In today's video, I'm going to be showing you how I was able to improve my sleep schedule as a high-level performer to get more rest, more work done, and feel way better throughout my day so I didn't have a lot of slumps, a lot of sluggishness, and I was able to perform at my absolute best so I could serve my clients the most effective and most beneficial way and be able to have high energy levels as well to not crash. Break all that down for you in today's video. Let's get right into it. Okay, so the first thing was dialing in my process. This is what I do on my elite level of my program, where we break down your daily process and we have to dial it in hour by hour to see how much sleep we can get, how much we could get in for a workout, for our food. We really break it down to literally every nitpick of the minute, even to say, okay, this is where your time's going to go. This is how you're going to be able to recover. This is how you're going to be able to constantly move along your process, have really high energy levels, and be able to operate at your best so you're not crashing, so you're not feeling fatigued constantly, not trying to take that nap, doze off, and not be focused on what you're trying to do in your profession, in your career. Because I know how frustrating it is when you have to get a lot of work done, but your body doesn't want to operate. Your mind doesn't want to work. And you know you have to get that task done, but it's just not happening. Having a consistent schedule really helped me when it came to literally everything. My daily process plus my nighttime routine. If I didn't have this dialed to literally to the max, I would not be so consistent with the way that I am now when it comes to everything that I do. I broke down the nighttime routine with cutting off my hours of when I say, okay, no more TV or no more even reading, anything of that sort. And then I go brush my teeth and get ready to prep for bed. I always have my outfits as well planned for the next day because I hit the gym pretty much first thing in the morning. Supplements, books, whatever I have to do, because I do some book posts in the morning. I have everything set the night before to make sure that it goes into the next day tomorrow so I'm not wasting time, and then that I'm able to constantly move the needle and not be held back, not feel like shit also the next morning because I didn't prep the night before and I feel like shit. What you got to figure out is a cutoff time. So figure a cutoff time. Mine is 8:30. Any point, if it passes 8:30, I know I'm just not going to be able to fall asleep. I know I'm not going to be able to operate at my best for the next day. Meditation for 15 minutes. So I'm pretty much in bed around 8:45. Almost 9 o'clock. For me, that's just me because I wake up so early. I wake up at 4 a.m. So I'm not going to bed around like 11, 12, 1 even, because I'm not going to get any sleep and I'm not going to be able to perform literally at all for the rest of the day. I'm just going to want to sleep at that point. And that's probably you. So having that cutoff time, making it mandatory, make it non-negotiable. So I make sure I get all my tasks done for the day way past that. So I end my day around like 6, sometimes 6:30, 7. It does depend. I'm not going to say it's perfect all the time. That's just life. But when you're so locked in and you're so focused and you make that commitment to say, hey, if there's nothing that's really important going on, like obviously like an emergency, if it's like, yo, you're just choosing not to because you want to go and watch Netflix still till like 9:30, 10 o'clock, or you just don't want to go to bed, then you have to take that step back, reverse engineer the process, and be like, okay, this is where I'm going to cut off. Whatever that time is, make the commitment, then start to do it over and over again. Because the more that I started doing it around 8:30 is like effortless now. Like I just do it over and over again, but it's because I built the habit. So you have to build the habits to have the strong foundation, and you'll be able to do it over and over again. And obviously this is just for the sleep routine, not a whole like daily breakdown of hour by hour. But just seeing that time frame of what you're doing before and after that is a big factor. So what time are you having your meals, right? If you have the meal a little bit way too late, insulin's going to spike. You're going to be way up. And depending upon all the way down to the foods that you're actually eating as well. Again, I'm not going to get into that, but that's a big factor. Another big thing that helped me with this to remind myself and to actually do it was alarms on my phone. So I put the alarm at 8:30, start to get ready for bed. Over and over. I put it every single day so I could do it over and over and over again. And that's what made it so much easier. Alarms have always helped me with any habit that I was trying to develop for myself. So when it came to my sleeping patterns, this is exactly what I did. And mind you, I didn't start at like 8:30. I used to stay up late. Like for me, it was like 9, 10 o'clock. So I had to really dial it back the more that I started to get up even earlier, because I didn't start at 4 a.m. waking up so early. So definitely just using the alarm, whatever time, once again, you decide to go with, use that, stick to it, and you have to just do it. I didn't have this set for myself when I was just going to bed whenever, when I was going to bed late. I was so sluggish the next day. I didn't feel right. My whole life was all over the place. And that's probably how you feel. A lot of clients that come in at first, they're very sluggish. They're very not consistent with their workouts, their diet, their mindset overall. Their body feels out of rhythm. So really just focusing on building a rhythm at first is going to be so beneficial. And that comes through consistency and building strong habits. And a big thing is going to be your sleep. If your sleep is not ideal, or it's not even close, if you're not getting 7 to 9 hours of sleep every single night, you're destined for failure. So getting the proper sleep is going to be beneficial. Also, cutting out bad habits. So any bad habits that are holding you back. So if you're just not going to bed on time, if you're going to bed super late, that's a big factor. Also, if your diet is inconsistent, if your diet is shit overall, if you're eating a lot of cake, pizzas, oily foods, all this is going to affect it. You're not going to be able to sleep properly if you have a whole bunch of sugar in your system. You're going to be hyper as fuck. Perform at all. You're going to have crashes, insulin spikes, and it's constantly going to be all over the place. Your body's not going to be able to react properly, and you're not going to be able to stay focused. A lot of dopamine receptors are going off, and it's a big chemical imbalance that's happening in your brain when you're doing this, when you're eating those foods or drinking, smoking, anything, any vices. I had to cut out as well to allow me to sleep properly, to be able to get up the next day, perform at my absolute best, and be able to dial it in even more as that process continued as well. So if you want to dial in your daily process, if you want to level up across the board, if you want to be your absolute best when it comes to your fitness, mindset, nutrition, you're a business owner, you're a high-level performer overall in a career, making 6+ figures or more, definitely book a call in the description below. I can help you out. Join the program, bring a form of payment method. Obviously, on the call, this is not going to be free, and it's going to be something that is going to be life-changing because it's your career at the end of the day. This is what brings you the finances. So if you don't have your sleep dialed, if you don't have your workouts dialed, if you don't have your diet dialed, all these things, your life is going to be way off. How you do one thing is how you do another. So if you're not doing it with your sleep, then definitely it's going to be affecting the rest of your life. I get a lot of people coming in that have this problem as well, where they can't stay consistent, constantly falling off the wagon, inconsistent patterns when it comes to their sleep, when it comes to their food, when it comes to all this. I can definitely help you out, get all that dialed. Once again, book a call in the description below. I'll see you there, and peace out. I'll see you guys in the next one.